Hello everybody, a very warm welcome to Talking Business Weekly with me, Aaron Hesselhurst. Let's go and take a look at what's on the show. The great dollar dilemma. The US currency is at a 20-year high, but why is it causing problems for the rest of the world? It might be good news for Americans getting more bang for their buck, but is the strength of the world's most reliable currency making the rest of us poorer? This currency expert from one of the world's biggest banks tells me how it's a story of both American strength and the weakness of other economies. So how much stronger could the dollar get? I'm going to ask this man right here, former US Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, if an international deal will be needed to curb its rise. Also on the show, helping beat those queues at the airport, I'm going to be speaking to the big boss of air transport data giant SITA about the tech solutions driving the future of seamless travel. Wherever you're joining me from around the world, once again, a big hello and a warm welcome to the show. Here's a quote. "The dollar is our currency, but it's your problem." That's what the then US Treasury Secretary John Connolly famously told some of his European counterparts back in 1971. And 50 years on, it seems as true as ever. US policymakers, they're trying to clamp down on the cost of living crisis, and the impact of that, it's being felt all over the world. Politicians and central bankers everywhere are there fretting about the soaring strength of the mighty US currency, which of course is at the heart of global trade and business. The dollar has grown in value by 14% this year against a basket of leading global currencies and is now at a 20-year high. As a result, even currencies that are normally attractive to investors, such as the British pound and the Japanese yen, they've fallen in value, and only a handful, such as the Brazilian real, have risen against the dollar. One major reason is that returns on investments in the US dollar have grown because the main US interest rate has gone up. It's gone up from rock bottom at the start of the year to a range of 3% to 3.25%. The point of that is to suck money out of the economy because higher energy and food costs have driven inflation to a 40-year high of more than 8% in the US. And that's the priority for the US Central Bank, which is expected to push interest rates up even further this year. Well, that's all for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, you can keep up with all the latest on the global economy on the BBC News website and the smartphone app. You can also follow me on Twitter. Tweet me, I'll tweet you back. You can get me at BBC Aaron. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Right, this idea that there are wokeists forcing their ideology on people really does rally the right.
I think it goes much further than the right.
I haven't seen anything quite so melodramatic.
You think it stands out?
People are actually deciding either to buy a pullover and not turn the heating on.
I'm getting old, but even I can only remember one moment when the pound was weaker against the dollar. We ask why, and whether it matters.
There's always more to the story with our podcasts. Listen on BBC Sounds.
You may think you hear interviews with politicians all the time, but how often do you hear what makes them tick?
I can't stand losing, whether it's on the football pitch or in politics. Everything is about the results. If you're on the pitch, you're on the pitch to win.
I think it's fair to say that when I was in my youth, I was a professional controversialist, and I liked exploring ideas and stirring things up.
Political Thinking with Nick Robinson. Saturday at 8:30 on the BBC News Channel.